right, what is up, everybody? All right, Shadow Scout 0013 reporting in for another list build. Sorry, guys, it's been a while, but I will try not to take too long with this one again. Today, I'm going to go over another Rebel list with Luke Skywalker as my primary person, but I'm also going to add Chewbacca in here to kind of give him some assistance. Now, Luke Skywalker is going to be the main guy. He's going to be going in, killing out some armored vehicles, killing out main people, killing out and weeding out everything that you need. And he's going to be your heavy guy. Chewbacca is going to be supporting him. So what I'm using Chewbacca for specifically is he's going to have Enrage 4. So he's going to gain charge and doesn't care about suppression. So he's going to be really good at melee. Oh, look at all this red dice. Perfect. Guardian 3 is the most important thing in this list build because the Guardian 3 is going to be used to shield Luke as much as possible from all fire. And then with scale, he's going to be doing really well doing clamoring and climbing, basically, and ignoring any kind of difficult terrain. So he's going to be able to keep up with Luke the entire time. So that's kind of what we want throughout this list. So with an officer, we're going to need just a regular generic officer to lead, something cheap, so that way we can put our points somewhere else. So mostly with the rebel officer, we're going to want to use vigilance and its command slot. And let's see, come on. I don't know why my internet's being super slow right now. But all right, so we'll put vigilance onto the rebel officer. That way he can continue to keep dodges on Luke if possible. Okay, then take off that. I don't know why that's there. So Luke Skywalker, the upgrades that we want to give Luke. Okay, so there's a lot of different possibilities of ways to use Luke in this one. In this particular one, burst of speed wouldn't be too bad. Force barrier wouldn't be too bad. The force guidance wouldn't be too bad, and the force lift would not be too bad. But the two main things I'm definitely going to put on him right now is force push and saber throw. Obviously, force reflexes would be a really good card to put on him, but he's going to be getting a ton of dodges from hopefully Chewbacca, and I'll show in just a second, from portable scanner, maybe the rebel officer with portable scanner, and his command cards are all going to give him dodges. So if you want more dodges, you can put on force reflexes. If you want to kind of use force lift to help Chewbacca gain heavy cover consistently, then you can do that, and himself heavy cover consistently. You can use the force guidance to give Chewie and maybe someone else, maybe even yourself, a surge token to use. Since Chewie's gonna mostly stay behind cover or as a supporting unit for Luke, you can use force barrier to kind of protect Chewie, even though he's gonna be guarding you, so you can protect him from getting hit too much, or use burst of speed to get Luke in there as fast as possible. So with this one, I'm gonna go with force guidance because when Chewie rolls the guardian shots, he can get a surge instead of using into the fray to get him something, because you might not have him around a lot of units to begin with when Luke is taking a lot of fire. And then we're going to give Luke tenacity to give him that little extra red dice in melee. So for Chewie, we're going to use protector because we're going to literally try to keep as many hits off of Luke as we can. And then we're going to do seize the initiative because we want Chewie to consistently have as many order tokens as possible, or keep him by Luke with an order open as much as we can. And then I was going to give him portable scanners because if he's going to kind of be supporting Luke, we could give a portable scanner to kind of just give Luke an extra dodge when we need it. And I think that would be a pretty good support unit to help Guardian Luke a lot. Now for core units, you could do, I like Rebel Veterans and then the Mark II. So the Rebel Veterans and the Mark II are going to give me tons of different options, and then fire support options. Let's go ahead and double up on each of them. Give me two here, And then if you wanted to, you could add a medical droid to one of your rebel veterans. And we're going to go ahead, just for the sake of this, add just at least one heavy on that unit as well. And then we'll go with special forces, because I wouldn't mind a few special forces with this, because it looks like it's going to be a slightly heavy melee. So there's a few different options that we can do. With the rebel veterans, we can create a really good gun line, and we can keep a good gun line with two main melee threats, Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca. So you're welcome to do maybe like the Mandos to help keep getting in there quicker, and have a melee slash kind of ranged attack threat kind of close up. Or you could go with the Wookiee Warriors. That's pretty much my choice right now. I was going to go with the Wookiee Warriors, and I was going to go with two of them. And I was going to give them at least the Battle Shield Wookiee. And for the training slots, tenacity, definitely. And if you wanted, you could put into the fray. And then that would be the two Wookiee sets and give you 9 activations at 797. Now, what we could do is we could probably take away some of the Rebel veterans and the medium blasters. Let's see. And put in at least 3 just regular Rebel trooper units to have your bare minimum, and then have 1 medical droid. And then you have a lot more possibilities. So say you put 2 more to create 10 activations. So you have 4 naked, 1 rebel with a medical droid, and then 2 Wookiee warriors with Chewbacca, Luke, and the rebel officer. Now, this is probably one of my favorites, because not only are you getting a ton of activations, but you've got at least 4 heavy. All right. So you're going to get at least a few heavy melee options. That's 4 crazy melee options for you. And then you don't really have the best gun line, but you have tons of bodies to run around, tons of units to run around over here to start going for objectives. And then you could use the rebel officer either to stay with kind of Luke and Chewbacca, or the rebel officer to kind of go with a few of the rebel troopers. But that's totally up to you. Say that you didn't want the medical droid. And you wanted one of the rebel officers as an upgrade. Yeah, so give the rebel officer as an upgrade to the rebel troopers, leaving you with 3 points left, and then being able to use, inspire on your other rebel trooper units, and that way they can be on their own while you use, the rest of the 5 units with the rebel officer trying to hold on to that dodge for Luke Skywalker. Now, if this is what we want, the 10 activations, 797, giving you a 3-point bid, you're welcome to kind of put maybe something else on your troopers, but there's really nothing else you could put. So with command, Sign of Skywalker is definitely a must. And then Common Cause was one of the other main reasons I chose Chewie for this, was because with Chewie and Luke getting an order token on a 1 pip, and after Chewie activates, if Luke Skywalker has a face-up order token, he can activate, and then vice versa. So if Luke Skywalker activates, if Chewie has a face-up order, he can activate. So it's kind of like one of Leia's 3-pip, like that. So after she goes, someone else can go. But this is good because Chewie could give dodges to Luke and recover if he needed to, or shoot, and then Luke could go. That way Luke has some dodges on him. But that's up to you. And then, so that's what I would go with as your other 1 pip. Now, the 2 pips, my ally is the Force, is a definite, because when a friendly trooper unit is issued an order, it gains a dodge. So you would probably give that to Luke. If you don't have, so say that you didn't have Force guidance, but you gave him Force reflexes instead. So we'll say Force reflexes, just because that wouldn't be such a bad list. And then so with your command hand, when you're picking your 2-pip, your ally is the Force, just in case you can't give Luke that. And then full surprises and push are my 2-pip options that I would really highly recommend. Full of surprises would be great for Luke. If it's definitely like a a gun line heavy list, because then he can gain a dodge. And when he's defending, he can use extra white dice equal to his courage value minus the number of suppression he has for defensive rolls. So that is a huge plus and positive. It's just putting all of your eggs in one basket for Luke might not be the best thing. So that's why I would go with push. And another reason why I went with Chewie, just in case, his 1 pip. And then the 3 pips, I'm going to go with Return of the Jedi, which Luke's going to get a dodge when he gets the order. And then removing suppression at range 1 to 3 of him, which I think is highly ideal. And then either assault would be good, or covering fire if you're going to go with that one first, because then it would be able to give Luke a dodge after you shot with any rebel troopers. So that could be a good positive. And then, or I am a Jedi would be pretty awesome, because I don't know why my computer's being super slow. I am so sorry, guys. Assault or Return of the Jedi would be good. I am a Jedi would be good because with Luke Skywalker not attacking, you can choose up to 2 enemy troopers who can also not attack. So that would be good, especially if you're engaged. Maybe you can disengage into another unit if you needed to that had already gone, or vice versa, or who can't attack. It's kind of how you want to use it. So you're welcome to go with that one, or assault to be able to give out just command tokens that if you needed to. I feel like I'm a Jedi is kind of situational, but it just depends. So I'm going to go with push just because, but that is me. Now, you don't have to go with that one. That's just up to you. But let's kind of create an overlook of what we have so far. So we have the Rebel Officer with Vigilance, Luke Skywalker fully decked out, Chewbacca kind of fully decked out, definitely being a support unit. And then the 2 Wookiee warriors with the battle shield, tenacity, and into the fray. 4 naked rebel troopers, and then a regular rebel trooper unit with the rebel officer to kind of round out your little bit there. I feel like this would go well with a ton of different objectives. Breakthrough might be kind of hard. I mean, it's possible. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. Intercept the transmissions would not be a bad one. Key positions wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I mean, I feel like all of these are pretty similar in how they're going to react to all the lists. It's just going to be a main list for Luke to be able to just kind of take on whatever possible. So it's not really specifically geared towards any objectives. So it's kind of just a fun list. But all right, guys, if you liked it, please go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. And I don't really have a specific, time that I post. I just kind of post whenever I can. But I will post again soon with another either Rebel or Empire list. I haven't gotten quite into the territory of Republic or CIS because I personally don't play them, but I will get into them because I think they have really cool different synergies. Recently with like Yoda, Padme, and the tanks are really getting up there, and then Yoda and Chewie are getting up there. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. And CIS has a lot of cool units. And if I could ever get a core box, that would be awesome. I would expand big time. But all right, guys, sorry about that, but that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Good.